12 miles off the coast of Ponte Vedra, there's a barge dumping trash in the ocean.
Some people, when they first see it, don't have a clue. I mean, that's what it appears. It looks like we're just throwing waste material offshore. Kind of the plan of the day.
Joe Kistel runs Think It, Sink It, Reef It, a Jacksonville-based group that turns waste, like metal and concrete, into artificial reefs. These are pieces left over from a new housing development on Atlantic Boulevard.
Big game fish like grouper and snapper love to swim through these things.
It would have ended up in a landfill, but Kistel saw an opportunity to bring life to the waters of Northeast Florida.
They're placed kind of randomly out there in a pile, and they stack up against each other. And that randomness is actually what makes it a productive habitat.
Piece by piece, the team is unloading the concrete into the water, and they estimate there are about 700 tons of concrete that will make up this new artificial reef.
When it settles 72 feet below the surface, it will become one of hundreds of artificial reefs off Flagler, Duval, and St. Johns counties, home to a variety of sea life that will help repopulate the waters.
When we put a structure out there, it's just like putting a castle in a fish aquarium.
Ed Kolikoskis says the local effort to build artificial reefs began in the 1960s, a way to attract fishermen to Northeast Florida's otherwise scarce sandy bottom.
Where's that fish go? Boom, right to the castle. Basically the same thing.
Since then, marine scientists from around the world have come here, studying the effort and effects the materials have on sea life.
There's not asphalt on it, there's no grease, there's no oil, the rebar's cut clean. Simply put, we're placing material on the seafloor. Mother Nature's doing all the work.
For now, it's difficult to know the economic impact that these reefs have on the fishing industry.
We can't put a dollar value on it because this will be here long when we're all gone. We know initially that the impact will be great, but over the years it'll probably be even greater.
But for now, it's bringing attention to our community, a growing competitor in Florida's fishing industry.
Right now, when they look at Florida, they automatically assume South Florida because that's where all the marketing is, and it's obvious you can fish down there. Well, North Florida is a hot spot. Just not a lot of people know about it. So the more reefs we build and the more exposure we get, we're trying to bring that attraction to Northeast Florida and help benefit our community.
Amanda Warford, CBS 47 Action News.
Don't look like it's been mowed a couple of months.
Sidewalks look more like nature trails.
You really have to be cautious sometimes because you never know what you can see.
And medians look like abandoned lawns.
Anywhere from 2 to 4 feet high.
That makes it harder for joggers and bikers to travel down Jacksonville streets.
I've run into snakes in the last couple of weeks, the little lizards.
It's been high. I don't see why they wait so late to cut it.
So why hasn't the grass along sidewalks been touched since Tropical Storm Debbie? We took your questions to the city to try to get to the bottom of this bushy mess.
We are in our growing season right now. April through November is what we identify as our high growing season.
Marcy Cook with Public Works tells Action News they manage 842 square miles with 3,600 center line miles of road. And she says several days of heavy rain from 2 named storms didn't help.
Debbie impacted us more so from a scheduling standpoint than anything else.
The city of Jacksonville holds contracts with landscapers who are supposed to mow every city property at least once, sometimes twice a month.
When the ground is wet or it's raining outside, it's pretty hard to mow, so we are running a little bit behind on our usual schedule.
With the week's worth of rain, it obviously set them back.
Traps placed everywhere.
But when they start getting close, then you've got a problem.
A community on alert.
Reading about it on Facebook, some of the moms are like, hey, did you know there's a rabid raccoon in your
Wild raccoons are on the loose in this St. Augustine community. Animal control officials are doing all they can to catch them. So far today, they've caught 3 and put them down.
Raccoon's like a cat. It doesn't have just its mouth as a weapon, which is loaded with teeth. It also has four limbs that have claws on them, so they can go up and down you pretty quick.
The State Department of Health issued a rabies alert today. This after a 9-year-old girl was attacked by a raccoon on the campus of the Florida School for the Deaf and the Blind. That raccoon is still out there. The rabies alert is for a 3-block radius around the school. Kate Gardner lives right next door.
I don't let the boys run around by themselves on the outside, so I'm not too worried about it.
Animal control officials say this alert should be taken seriously. You should keep a close eye on your kids, keep your pets fenced in, and watch for the signs of a rabid raccoon.
Very docile, are staggering, very aggressive. Wildlife should want to flee away from you, not approach you.
Give you a few more shots, that's all right.
What's that?
It's the sounds of progress in Neptune Beach. New venue, new vibe, all coming soon.
It'll be a restaurant/bar with live entertainment. We'll have over 100 different tequilas and mezcals.
Al Mansour is the man behind Al's Pizza chain. Recently, he acquired the old Sundog Diner and decided to revamp it. He says Flying Iguana Taqueria and Tequila Bar will have a Latin-infused flavor and bring a big feel, similar to Miami and New York.
Everybody walks to this corner and it stays open late, and we have a great vibe in this area.
The project will cost about $1.5 million, but Mansour expects a nice return. Builders ran into some challenges with the 100-year-old structure, but are back on track.
We reinforced the building, brought it up to code, and it's just going to be a great project for us. Skirt steak.
The menu will include gourmet tacos and dishes topped with Peruvian sauces. There will also be outdoor seating and a music stage in the back of the restaurant. Mansour says he'll see how this location goes before expanding to another, but so far all signs point to go.
Sundog was here for 25 years. We hope to be the restaurant in the corner for the next 25 or more.
Officials tell me they delayed opening State Road 9B in order to add 16 feet of pavement, which is from that guardrail all the way up to where I'm standing. They tell me they did it in order to eventually add 6 lanes to this highway. For almost 3 years, crews have worked to complete this stretch of road that will eventually connect Phillips Highway with the I-295 East Beltway. The project was set to open last fall, but according to the Florida Department of Transportation, it was delayed in order to add more pavement.
So that in the future, we could open it to 6 lanes instead of 4 lanes.
Busker tells Action News the new addition is a direct result of the increasing growth and development of southern Duval and northern St. Johns counties.
It would be a good economic benefit for those businesses and the residential areas that were planned in the area, such as Nocatee or Riverton. So all of those come into consideration when we're planning these type transportation improvements.
State Road 9B will stretch for 5 miles. The price tag on this project is $75 million, but this is only the first of 3 phases. The next step is to extend State Road 9B from US 1 to Interstate 95. The third phase will eventually connect all the way down to St. Johns County.
Next time you board the St. Johns River Ferry, keep your eyes and ears open.
Have a good day.
Someone will be prepped and ready to tell you about local history.
Anything that will keep the ferry in business is a wonderful idea to me because I love this ferry.
The Ambassador program is a fairly new concept. Once volunteers go through the training course, they're cleared to ride the ferry with regulars. As the vessel travels, they'll describe the history of the area and point out local landmarks.
I think they might be more apt to share those experiences with their family and friends, and hopefully one person tells someone else who tells 2 more, and might give somebody reason to come down and experience it for themselves.
The ferry saves riders about 27 miles in travel. On one side is Heckscher Drive. On the other is the village of Mayport, which dates back to 1562. Most look forward to hearing more about its decorated past.
I'm in favor.
Ambassadors are set to start their first tours on Saturday. General Manager Mark Fernandez encourages everyone to take part.
Come on down to the ferry and give us a try.
I love my daughter. I wish for anything for her to be here.
Tearful sentiments left echoing down Missouri Avenue from Jasmine Shelton's mom. This once bustling home sits dark and abandoned. Piercing memories left behind like scars on skin.
It sounds like fireworks, truly.
Friend Crystal Westbury spent the morning putting a growing memorial back together at the foot of the driveway. Late last night, in the pouring rain, she came out here alone and piece by piece moved the mementos inside to keep them dry.
I really didn't care if it was pouring down rain or not. I was getting her stuff moved. 1 year when we moved out, I couldn't let her stuff get ruined like that.
She tells me setting it back up was important to her and her community as they all try to heal. She also hopes it sends a message.
Do you think someone around here knows who did this?
I think they do. I think they just don't want to come up.
Donald Foy has made it his mission to get justice. He tells me this community has been beat down and folks living here are too scared to speak up. But he says these neighbors may have the key to solving this crime.
If an individual kills one time, he'll do it again. And next time, it might be your house.
Westbury is pleading tonight for the sake of her friend.
They need to come up and tell the cops who did this, so Jasmine can rest in peace and her mom can have some kind of closure.